I never know what to expect when I get here. Well, this is as far as the thing goes there, where it says Sam Salino. So this is Ernie Landi doing Sam Salino, doing Ernie Landi. Just so you know, all right? That was a surprise. You know, I had to change course on what I was going to talk about. About 20 minutes ago, half hour ago, I get a call from a chiropractor from Lisbon. Crying, can I help him? Things are rough. Having a hard time paying my bills, no new patients. How'd you hear about me? Well, one of my patients, apparently he's friends with him. His name is Miguel. My heart is broken. I feel so bad, so sad about that happened. So I sort of changed the course a little bit. So how it comes out, I hope it comes out good and worthwhile for you out here in the audience. But it reminds me of a story of this minister who gets hired by this congregation. He's a new minister, and he gives his sermon the first Sunday, and the people love him. They start talking about it all throughout the community. And week 2, 3, and 4, he does the same sermon. And they come into him and say, Pastor, they love you, but you keep saying the same sermon. Why? He says, I'm appreciative of you listening to my sermons. It makes me feel good. But when you start living it, I'll change my tone. Okay, and see, we're not living the principle is pure and simple, the way it should be lived. We're letting the world dictate the principle to us that we're neck doctors and back doctors and headache doctors. And we believe them. That's one of the reasons why I get phone calls like that. Past year and a half, it's all I've been hearing. We believed them. Imagine if we told the truth of what we are and what it can do. Maybe we can get them to believe us. And the 10% that we're supposed to be seeing will change to 90%. But that's our fault, not their fault. So I put all this together, so I hope it makes sense a little bit to all of you. It's about time. You know, 50 years in practice, and you know what? I've been hearing the same old thing. This is the best time to be a chiropractor. Well, when the hell is it? I'm waiting 50 years. When are we going to get off our butts and start making it the best time to become a chiropractor? It's with us, head, heart, and hands. We know what we should be doing. But if they start believing us, wow, it's going to be a changed world. We're not going to get phone calls like that anymore. It breaks my heart. Billy Graham, when he wholeheartedly gave his heart and soul to the scriptures, everything exploded for him. He accepted it right the way it was. We need to do the same thing. I look back at my career, and anything I say when I'm talking like that, and I'm not trying to impress you, I'm trying to impress upon you what happened. But many years ago, I reaffirmed my allegiance to this thing called the principle and to innate intelligence. I let it guide my life all the way, no matter what. I just kept doing it and listening and trusting. And what happened? It gave me some wisdom, it gave me power. And people started coming in by the droves. And people were bringing in their kids and their families. People were referring like crazy. And they were paying cash. That's what happened to me. I reaffirmed myself. And I followed the scriptures the way it should be. I thank Jim DeBell for getting the wisdom to start this here, New Beginnings. And now we have a 25th anniversary Thank you, Jim, and board members for keeping it alive. You know, as far as the new patients and all go, I was talking with a mentor of mine, Joe Fleischer, and he said the no new patient solution. And the no new patient solution is very easy. You got whatever you're seeing a week, that's all your new patients. Keep them. Teach them. Tell them. We just went through some stuff at my office. My son is with me now, and my wife, we were going over some stuff. Right now, okay, I'm not doing the thousands of people I did before. Has nothing to do with it, but it has to do with why it's still considered a volume practice, and that's because we have over 250 people, either families or individuals, that are still coming to us, and some of these families have anywhere from 5 to 7 people in it. You do the math. I don't charge a fee. I got all those people that I'm keeping that still just keep adding on to it because they're getting the word, they're getting the principle, they understand chiropractic. The ones that don't, they go by. But you know what? I start all over again. And it happens. And I don't charge a fee. I charge a monthly fee. They sign up for 6 months or 12 months, depending on what my call is. And they stick by it, and they stay by it. That's the no new patient solution. Educate the people you got in there now. Let them know the principle is pure and simple. It's simple. It's easy to understand. It's logical. That fellow this morning, I didn't know who he is, but he made a good thing. The drugs take the responsibility away from the people of what their health is. But they don't know anything better. There's people sick and dying out there, and we're letting it happen. We're letting them, the society, dictate to us what chiropractic is. Chiropractic is bigger than those 8 danger signals, people. I want you to know that. Chiropractic at its worst is better than anything medicine has to offer. Let me tell you that. Just them on the wrong side, they'll still get better. First a dream, and then a fulfillment. Get your dream, and then the fulfillment will come. Your dream starts, people, when you get out of your damn comfort zone. There's no other way of doing it. That's when your dream starts. Your vision needs to be bigger and stronger than your fears. There's nothing wrong with that. Have a vision, remove the fear, and let it happen. Don't try to figure out how it's going to happen. It's like patients say, well, I still got my pain. And you know what I tell them? You're not on your time or my time. You're on nature's time. Shut up and lay down. I don't listen to that bull crap. I don't move from it. NA tells me, tell the truth, tell the truth, tell the truth, tell the truth. And that's what I do. I tell the truth. I know my certainty. I walk the purpose and the principle at all times, constantly. Anything I do or read or something in my own head, I relate it to chiropractic. It's a purpose, it's a focus for me. Save the world. This philosophy is very important, people. Understand it. This should be packed in here today. This Dr. Marinas, medical historian, he said you take the philosophy away from the chiropractor, you take away his uniqueness and probably his future. This is where it's at. This is the best disco in town, right here at New Beginnings. You know, Stallone, when he brought his Rocky to the MGM, and they loved it, and they said they were going to give him $25,000 for it, and they were going to put this person in it to be the head and all, and he said, nothing doing. It's a package deal. Me or nothing. And you got to do the same thing. It's you or nothing. The philosophy is going to help them get what they want, their health. If you don't know the damn philosophy, you're not going to help them. They'll get rid of their pain and they'll be gone. Get rid of their pain and they'll be gone. Martin Luther King, he had a dream. He focused on that dream and it happened. You need to have a dream but you need to have a plan for it. Listen to yourself. Do what has to be done, please. My favorite story. Young boy goes in for a job. It's a Thursday. Goes in for a job. He happens to have the owner of the company interview him, gets the job. He says, you start tomorrow, Friday. He goes in there Friday, does his work, and the boss says, I'll be back at 5 o'clock to see how you're doing. He goes back, 5 o'clock, says, how many people you see today? He says, one. He says, one. He says, my salespeople do anywhere from 25 to 35 people a day. You did one, how much did you make? He said, $105,000. I mean, $105,000. He says, how'd you do that? He said, well, a man came in for a small fishing tackle, and I sold it to him. Then I figured he'd want to go deeper fishing, and I sold him a larger fishing tackle. And then I figured he's going to go for large fish, he's going to need a boat, so I took him down to the boat department, sold him a boat. And then I figured he's going to need something to pull the boat with, so I got a trailer for him and sold him a trailer. Then I said, he's going to need something to pull this trailer, so I took him down to the car department and sold him a Cadillac Escalade. He says, that man came in for a small fishing tackle and you sold him all that? He said, hell no, it was Friday. He came in for a box of tampons for his girlfriend, and I told him, it's Friday, the weekend. Your weekend is shot. You might as well go fishing. You see, what you got to do with the people, you got to give them what they need, not what they want. They told us what we want them to do. Give them what they need. All of it, all at once. Reggie says, the young ones that don't, Reggie Gold's a mentor of mine. Reggie said, to change the whole world, your life's a total waste of time with a bunch of lost opportunities. You got to be there. You have to have innovation. Lady walks into a dress store, and in front of this dress store, there's a parrot. And a parrot sees her walk in, and he says, you're fat and ugly. And she walks back, mad, picks out a dress and leaves. He tells her, you're fat and ugly. And she comes back the next day to get fitted. She walks in, and he says, you're fat and ugly. She gets mad at that. She goes to the owner and tells the owner, you got to get that parrot out of here. He's insulting me, blah, blah, blah. And make a long story short, she walks out. She knows the owner told the parrot, don't do it anymore. So the next day she's coming in to pick up her dress, and you know what the parrot does in all his ingenuity? He points his feather at her like that, and he says, you know. You know. You know what to do. You don't have to listen here. You know, we listen to all the tapes and the records and the seminars, and we do shit about it, excuse my French. Start putting it to use. Simple process. Innate, above, down, inside out. That's what does all the work. Time and repetition. Gorillas of the mare. Remember that? They had a gorilla story? She's trying to get communication, connection. She finally lays down, and the gorilla lays down next to her, and she puts her hand down, and the gorilla puts his hand in her hand. It didn't happen overnight. Time and repetition. It took 5 years for that to happen. Live your dream. There's no magic bullet. You're the magic bullet. You're it. Again, I keep thinking of that kid that called me, that Miguel that called me this morning. But let me just tell you something. You got to get a crap box. When all the crap comes in, throw the crap in the crap box and start doing the right stuff. It's that simple. You just got to do it. So when you go back Monday, I want you to do me a couple favors, okay? I want you to get, number one, a blank piece of paper and put it on every room where you can see it when you walk into it. And that blank piece of paper, no matter where you are in your practice, that blank piece of paper is going to remind you that you can start all over again. And as you're working during the day and a thought comes to you, I want you to go to everyone on a piece of paper. Number one, put down your idea. And I want you to do that throughout the whole day. And follow those ideas that you have, because that's what's inside you. It's popping up, and you're writing it down now. And you're doing something about it. And get all the crap and put it in the crap box. Then I want you to go on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. The first good patient in the morning, I want you to talk to them. And first good one at night, evening hours, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. You got 6 people, and you're going to invite them for Saturday morning at your office, and you're going to serve them bagels and cream cheese and coffee, and you're going to tell them what your vision is and what you're going to do. And then we're going to start next week with the story. And then what you're going to do is tell them they have to bring somebody. And then you do the same thing for the second week. Now you got 24 people in your lecture hall, and you tell the principal the way it should be taught. It's that simple. What got me off the ground is then they flashed into me, and I started doing house new patient orientations. Ask a patient that didn't bring in their family. And if the husband or the spouse, whatever one was in as a patient, didn't hear the message, now he's going to hear it because it's at his house. And he brought 2 other friends, neighbors with him. And I did that 3 times a week for years. And I got lots of families that way. And that's the way it should be when the kids get in it. That's our new generations, the children. We got to do that, people. We got to do that. So you're going to do that every morning. We see the families, we get them in, we tell the message constantly, all the time. Cowardice asks, is it safe? Expediency asks if it's political. Vanity asks, is it popular? And conscience asks, is it right? Somewhere along the line, okay, there comes a time we have to decide whether it's political, safe, or popular, but it's right, because conscience tells us that it's right. You have to make that decision. We all have a verse that we can throw out to the universe. Think of what you can do. Make it a prayer to the universe. Think of the majesty of this universal intelligence that Skip spoke about this morning. Think about the wisdom of innate intelligence. Think about the poetry of the adjustment that you give. Think of the damage that the vertebral subluxation does. Come on, it's inside you. Let it loose. Get out of your comfort zone. You make the lame walk, you make the blind see, you make the dumb understand, and you even make the deaf hear. Did you hear that story? Okay? You make the deaf hear. That's a miracle. It's here, it's within you. That miracle is alive. When you write on that paper, you're going to see everything that you desired is written here. It came out at the right time, and you're going to get rid of all the crap and put it in the crap box. It's not going to take much time to do that. It's not going to take you a long, long time to do it. So make you a prayer to the universe. Just want to read you a little something. BJ, I got this from the book Answers, okay? He says, don't talk adjustments and deliver treatments. Don't talk intelligence and digestion and sell vitamin pills. Don't take adjustments for constipations and give colonics. Don't do it. And he says, what I just said to you, he said in here, tell a few people, then tell them next week to come back and bring somebody else. And you keep doing that, then you're going to need an auditorium to get the message out. It's that simple. I know I was there. When I was in school, you know what they told me? They told me I was going to starve for 3 years. And I believed them for 6 months only, thank God. And then the vision came. I reaffirmed myself. And you need to reaffirm yourself also. Josh, can we do it? Okay. All I'm asking from each and every one of you, whatever you're doing, use 10% as a guide. Put it into your life. Increase it by 10%. Get this principle out to your community. The world needs to hear this. It's a lifetime. Let's change the 10% to 90%. And it can be done very simply by a simple little orientation with one patient who brings somebody else. And the world changes, one spine at a time, like we say it. So we're all heartfelt. I say, I love all of you. Happy anniversary. And Bill, I'm finished.